All right, welcome back to Central Valley Buzz, everybody. I'm your host, Chuck Leonard. Sitting here with me now, Mr. Michael Bogart. How's it going?
Great, Chuck.
All right, Aspect Ministries. You brought up a whole stack of stuff today.
I surely did, because I think I wanted to talk today about the importance in our times of learning a little bit about world religions, which is, one of the courses I teach at West Hills College in Lemoore and other places, Albany. I teach for Excelsior College online, things like that. So.
Why the world religion?
Well, because when I'm talking about world religions, I mean the major religions of the world: Hinduism, Buddhism, Taoism, Judaism, Islam, Christianity, things like that. It's important in our diverse society to know a little bit about what some of these other people who live around us actually believe and practice.
Why do you think that's so important?
Well, okay, for example, we live in one of the most religiously diverse parts of the United States. I mean, maybe New York City and LA have their diversity, but Central Valley, you've got Sikhs, you've got people from India who practice Hinduism. You have obviously a lot of Muslims from all over the Muslim world, different kinds of Islam. Here in Fresno, you drive and you see so many churches, but there's Eastern Orthodox, there's Roman Catholic, there's every kind of Protestant you can think of. There's Mormon, there's Jehovah's Witness. So, I mean, we're living in a religiously very diverse society. And so I think it's important that people have at least some knowledge of where all these different groups are coming from.
You start going to church as a child, you learn it one way. You go to the same church your whole life, you learn it one way, but there are other ways to look at it.
Well, certainly, and and anymore, I mean, we used to, when you and I were growing up, pretty much the default.
You were growing up a lot before me.
Yeah, that's right. I'm so far beyond you, but back in the 50s and 60s, the default was some kind of Christianity. I mean, maybe you're Catholic or maybe you're Protestant, but the default was some kind of Christianity. I don't think you can say that anymore. The
I
default
grew up in a neighborhood where everyone was Catholic.
Well, yeah. You had your Catholic neighborhoods, you had your Greek Orthodox neighborhoods, you had your Armenian neighborhoods, and then you had others as well. But now, you could be living next door to someone of an entirely different religious faith.
Or none.
Or none. Yeah, atheism is the fastest growing, I guess you'd say, religious movement in the United States.
Is atheism the fastest growing, or is it people that just don't know?
Well, let's put it this way. It's called the nuns, the people who check the nun box.
Yeah.
Not N-U-N, N-O-N-E. The nun box that, on those surveys, what is your religious affiliation, they check none. That group, which includes atheists, agnostics, and people who just don't know, don't care, that's the fastest growing in the country right now. Yeah. And they are growing at the same proportion that Christianity is losing population.
You have all these different books. You have Understanding Islam, Understanding Mormonism, Jehovah's Witness, New Age, all that kind of stuff.
Right.
Is there a way to write a book on these non-believers?
Somebody needs to write that book, and maybe I'm the guy to do it. I don't know, but there's an interesting study on the nun group, or whatever you want to call them, the non-religiously affiliated group.
I wonder what the number would be of people that think that way in their 20s and maybe early 30s, and ones that come back around to change their mind when they get in their 40s and 50s.
I think part of it, Chuck,
when you start being mortal.
Yeah. Part of it is, it's in fashion now to be anti-religious. I mean, you go on the internet, you know as well as I do. It's a very non-religious
The internet
place.
gives everybody an opinion.
Right.
Yeah.
And truth is, you get older, you get married, you have children, you get some responsibility, you've seen life a little more. That can cause people to reevaluate. And a lot of times you do see people coming more back towards their religious roots.
Awesome.
But how much that's going to happen, we don't know.
Right. Now you brought in a lot more than what I thought that you had to. Oh, they're books and DVDs.
This is my complete works right
Okay.
here. So I don't even have one of my videos. I've got 5 videos and 5 books, and of course the subjects are the same. The books are the same thing as the video, except for I've added a whole bunch more background information. So my first one was Understanding Islam, which is, which video is it? Oh, well, anyway, it's Understanding Islam. I don't have it with me today. Then my second one was Understanding Mormonism, because people always want to know about that one.
I've been to a Mormon church before.
Yeah.
I expected something a lot different than what I got.
Yeah, it's very, fairly mainstream now. It's
Right.
nothing, nothing out of the ordinary. Jehovah's Witnesses, people always want to know about them. Then
What's the main question Jehovah's Witness or people want to know about Jehovah's?
They want to know if they really do plan to knock on every door in the world. And that is their goal. Their avowed goal is to knock on every door in the world. I mean, that's a
What do you do when they come to your door?
I tell them that I've written books about their organization and that they probably would better use their time.
Do you invite them in?
No, because I won't get into all that. But I try to be as polite as I can and tell them that they would probably be better using their time somewhere else.
Fair enough.
So, I mean, that's trying to be polite.
What's your number one selling work of yours?
The Islam one, obviously.
kidding.
People always want to know about that. I've told you before, I sell that on Amazon. I don't do any marketing, which is really stupid on my part. But I get checks every quarter from Amazon for quite a surprising amount of money. If people just find, I think I'm on the 6th, when you type in Islam, I'm on the 6th page of Amazon.
No
People
kidding.
still buy my stuff because it's probably one of the few that's very fact-based and not spun one direction or another. Most stuff on Islam on Amazon is either going to be really pro-Islam or really, anti,
Right.
they're evil, all that kind of stuff. So
Right.
mine is
As radical towards them as people think they are.
Right, exactly, absolutely. And I tried to write mine, as a college teacher part-time, I try to write mine as I would teach in a college classroom. Here's the facts, here's where they came from, here's what they believe, here's how you might want to think about relating to these people. And then of course my 45-minute Bible is my pride and joy. It's the entry into actual serious Bible reading, and people always were asking about that book. It's the topic of conversation wherever you go.
Awesome. Hey, Michael Bogart, everyone, 21st Century Faith. If you'd like to pick up one of his videos or books, please go to his website, Aspect Ministries, and if you see him around town, please tell him you saw him right here on The Buzz. Mike, always good to see you.
Great friend of your show, Chuck.
Thanks a lot. We're going to take a quick commercial break. Coming up next, Kopi Soteropoulos is in the house. We'll be right back.